Hey, good afternoon, and welcome to Rick's Retirement Journey. Uh, you know, you know me. The last couple of videos I've done them about some lists. You know, the top 10 list of this, the top 10 list of this. I think I did one in between about being grateful and things like that. But I ran across, a piece of paper or a list sheet that I thought was pretty interesting. I have no idea how many years I've had this thing, but it's been just sitting in a folder, and I've been breaking it out, and I started looking at it, and I thought it was pretty neat. This will probably end up being backwards, but it's titled Turn Off the Television, and 101 substitute activities that you can do basically instead of. No, I'm not going to read all 101 substitute activities, but I'm just going to pick out maybe the top 10, maybe discuss them just a little bit, and maybe I'll do a follow-up later on down the road with the other 91 that'll be remaining on the list after I go through through the 10 of these here. So the very first one on the list is visit the library, borrow a book. Okay, yeah, I went to a library books sale yesterday, and I bought a couple of bags of books, $3 per bag. And I got some pretty good books, and I'll have to share that in a video later on down the road. But visit your local library, borrow a book. But if you've got books at home already, hey, just, visit your own personal library and see what's there. Pull one of the books off the shelf. Pull a couple of books off the shelf. Look at the table of contents. Kind of peruse through the pages and see what it's all about. Kind of, take yourself back as to why did you get this book, or if you've already read it, why did you enjoy reading it, and maybe you may want to read it again. But hey, visit a library, borrow a book. Just visiting the library all by itself is pretty cool too. I love libraries. I love bookstores. The second one is attend a community concert and listen to a local band. Where we live here in Virginia, there are so many activities, and there are so many mini community events that take place, and many of them have bands that you can go and listen to. Bring a blanket, bring a picnic basket, just kind of kick back. And at the same time, where we live, there are a lot of larger venues that if you want to see more well-known artists, you can do that as well. But as far as your local community is concerned, just check out the local website and just go see what the community is doing. There's nothing better than listening to a band. The band shares the music, you bring some food, maybe some food to share, and just kind of get together with the community and find out what it's all about. The next one, a little bit near and dear to my heart, organize a community cleanup. I have pet peeves, and I think I may have mentioned this one before, but I'm not really sure. I don't like litter. I do not like litter. And every now and then when I do some grocery shopping, there's this particular way that I come back home, and on the side of the road at the stoplight, there is always litter. Every now and then somebody picks it up, and it looks pretty good. Every now and then somebody cuts the grass, and it looks pretty nice. In fact, I've actually gone out there and picked up a big bag of trash a couple of times, and it's just it's kind of crazy. But hey, if you're one of these people that like to help keep your community a little bit cleaner, organize something. Put something out there on Facebook, put something out there on Craigslist, put something out there on the local news web or our local community website, and see if you can gather some people and clean up a street. It doesn't have to be huge, but at least do your part. Every little bit helps. Here's number 4. Learn to play the guitar or other musical instrument. Many years ago, my wife gave me an electric organ. That electric organ has probably been in our basement for about the last 5, 6, maybe 7 years. It's probably got a lot of dust on it. Everything is there. The stand is there. The organ is there. The the plug is there. A music book to go along with it is there. And now that I'm retired, I've been, looking at it whenever I go down to this room, saying, you know what, I need to bring that thing out. And even if I don't play note one, set it up, plug it in, and all I want to do is maybe just, tap on the keys a few times here and there, which, will slowly get me going. But I also see part of it is just keeping your mind going. So so instead of reading or watching television, let me go ahead and see what I can do on an electric organ, electric piano, and just see what happens. You never know. Next one is for those that really like to get out there and do some stuff. If it's wintertime, a lot of people like to go outside for winter activities. If you've learned how to ice skate in the past, hey, going out there and ice skate. But the weather's getting a little bit warmer now, so there's not a whole heck of a lot of places where you can go out there and ice skate. But on the flip side of that, if you have roller skated in the past and would like to go ahead and just roller skate some more, hey, dig into that sports closet, dig into that closet, pull out those roller skates. Hopefully they'll still fit. Lace those things up and go on out there. If you're afraid of falling, go out in the yard first. The ground and the grass is much softer than going out there, on the street. And if you happen to have some safety equipment that goes with it, helmet, gloves, knee pads, things like that, yeah, go ahead and put those things on. But, get on out there and do something. I talked about walking and exercising and things like that. But, if it's winter, hey, going out there and ice skate. But if it's spring, we're moving into summer, and you like to roller skate, just go out there and roller skate. Have some fun. One thing that I like to do is listen to the radio. I do have a Sirius XM account, and I love going to the different genres of music that are out there. And I'm a child of the 60s and 70s, so I listen to a lot of that. I do have a few Taylor Swift songs that I like. But there are some songs in the 80s that I get into still. But just listen to some music, and while you're doing something. If you're doing dishes, listen to some music. If you're browsing on the internet, listen to some music. If you're gathering trash and recycles for that day, listen to some music. Use some earbuds. If not some earbuds, just listen to it, while the phone or the radio is on, and, just enjoy music. There's so many times that we don't just sit down, or times that we just don't listen to music that, we haven't listened to in such a long time. But yeah, take a break, listen to some music. If you're close to a city zoo or a petting farm, hey, break out of your shell. Just spend the day, going out there and, looking at animals. The National Zoo is close by to where we live. I wish we'd lived a little bit closer, but we'll definitely get there. Go back again. Hey, but now, as a retiree, you probably get senior citizen discount. Take the discount. Go out there and visit the zoo and take some pictures. The next one is for those that are a little bit more artistic. If you like to read and write, maybe you may be one of those people that like to paint or draw or something artistic. If you've got a piece of paper, break out a pencil, break out a pen, without any goals or activities in mind, just draw something. It could be letters. It could be, stars or circles or whatever the case may be. Just do something. If you've ever wanted to draw, hey, go back to the one I said earlier. Go to a library, get a book about drawing, and then come back home and break out some paper and, draw some pictures. It can also be very, very relaxing when you do that as well. Oh, and you can listen to some music while you're doing that. So, I think I kind of touched upon this. Find out about your area community center or park activities. That's like local concerts and things like that. Our community here, they also sponsor hikes. to different nature reserve areas, which are pretty cool. So if you've got something like that in the area, by all means go ahead and do so. But that's kind of a repeat of an earlier one. The last one I'm going to talk about today is something that many of us like to do, and if we happen to have the resources available, just go out and do it. It's getting warm. It's getting hot. Do you like to swim? Go find those swimming trunks. Go find that bathing suit. Go find that sunscreen. Go find that beach umbrella. Go out there and do some swimming. If your community happens to have a local pool, by all means, hit it up. Find out what the rates are. And again, just like the zoo, find out whether there's a discount for retirees. 9 times out of 10 there will be. So take advantage of those discounts if you possibly can. And just you don't have to swim like Michael Phelps or Katie Ledecky or people like that, or heck, Mark Spitz. But just get in the water, relax, bob around a little bit, and see how it feels. Get out, let the sun kind of cook you dry, and then jump back in the pool again. Splash the water on one another, have some fun. I'll just say these 2 words: live life. Well, those are 10 items right there that from that list of 101 items that I had here. Instead of watching television, go out there and do something. But that's it for now. Please like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't done so. And until next time, Rick out.